You've been in a dream and you're about to wake up. When you wake up after a very deep sleep, it's not easy waking up. Actually, I felt that this morning. Your whole life was a dream. It wasn't real. It was a collection of programs in your subconscious. And your nervous system was calibrated to a false reality. And you're about to wake up. The whole world's about to wake up. You just might be a little bit early. How fake this world was, and what is the matrix that we live in, and what is the game of life. And at the end of this talk, you're going to be a great player of this game of life. When you've been asleep for so long and really feeling this, we're coming to terms, as painful as it's been, we're realizing that this body that we are operating out of is a collection of systems. What's a system? A collection of structures, cycles, and processes that relate to and interact with each other. You have many bodily systems, your nervous system. And what you're feeling right now, you are recalibrating to a brand new frequency. You're waking up. None of this is easy. It's going to be a very, very deep chat today. You're going to start to see that's why it's getting crazier and crazier. Once you see how fake and ridiculous most of the reality, I'm not even talking about the stuff on the TV, things that pop up into your life. And in the rational mind, today we actually have to let go of the rational mind, because we live in a quantum reality that's actually the driving force is frequency. And what you are witnessing is the frequency, the radio station is changed. So if you're tuned into a radio station, right, you change the channel, but you're not getting the same song anymore. Maybe it's a totally different genre. Maybe you're sitting there today and you say, you know what? The things that resonated with me in the past, they don't resonate with me anymore, because I'm fine-tuned to a higher frequency, a better channel, the clear channel. And there are people that maybe were alongside of you and they were keeping pace with you, but you chose to go through this process called ascension. And upon ascending, those people fall off. They can't keep pace with you anymore. You are going places where others will not go. That's your internal frequency. The guiding force is your internal GPS navigational system. You better tune in now. Okay? And now, in any aspect of your life, there is going to be a tremendous amount of pain to get to that dream, wish, goal, whatever it is, what your heart is calling you. Today, you're going to have to learn to be the light warrior. You must be a warrior. And the fight of your life is not against a person or an army. There is a fight that you have to win. And that's why you must be the light warrior today. There is another frequency, and it's still lingering. And that frequency is the previous version of yourself. And you're going to see the most ridiculous thing. That's why I come outside. You're going to see the most ridiculous. I appreciate we are live on the air. I'm very grateful if you hit the like button. It supports Uncle Mike. I'm so grateful. You are going to see the most ridiculous things, and it's going to be like, it's almost like a show going. It's like the Truman Show, right? Years ago, there was Like some of these shows where they had a hidden camera, you got punked and all this other stuff, and you feel like you're getting this can't even be real. So what is happening is that the frequency of the old way, your nervous system is the guiding force. If you're new, you click subscribe. You can learn all about how the nervous system is actually guiding your actual reality. And there are things in the invisible. So this frequency is going to activate people that are around you. Ooh, people, right? And you're going to see both people rush towards you, people that try to stop you. It's all part of the game. It's the game. And as wild as it gets, as you said, this is totally fake. You're waking up from a dream, the dream state. When I woke up this rising, I didn't want to get up. How many people felt this way? Because we're actually living through this as the collective. Oh. And your spine could be tighter than ever before. You're feeling, massive uncomfortable symptoms, maybe in the lower back. You're bracing. We're bracing because, in our rational mind, this is not making any sense. It's reality's doing the opposite of what we have commanded. You're going to learn things, if you're new, that you're never going to learn in any other YouTube channel, anything on Instagram, Facebook. You're going to learn a lot today. You have to let the rational mind go today. It becomes, and I'm trying to assist other people, when you go through this shift, there is an absolute very, very heavy depression. Many people that are well-versed of this, it's known as the dark night of the soul. And this depression is, if you are a person that's very sharp, some people are asleep at the wheel. I'm talking to the people that are very sharp. You're very sharp. And when you have this epiphany that the reality is fake, you say to yourself, I can't participate in this anymore. And a lot of people are waking up to this. I'm not going to participate in this anymore. And that depression is actually a good thing, because you, the person that's getting this message, you have to understand how this matrix operates. And if you say, I'm not going to participate in this anymore, if you stop interacting with it, these situations, people, whatever it might be, they will just disappear. Sometimes you just got to go like this. Just let it go. I don't care no more. And when you do that, the outer world must change, because then there's no point in the game. So there are people, you could raise your hand in the chat if you felt this very deeply, where it's like, I'm not participating in this. This life is fake. And I'm not participating in it anymore. And when you reach this place, a lot of the stuff, when it comes to the reality, it's paradoxical, because we think with the rational mind, but we actually have to think with the quantum heart. And the heart is our guiding force. And if you're still going with the brain and what they taught you in school and the programs, it's not going to be very easy. And all of the things that are going to come to distract you, it's never going to be comfortable. Right now, I'm going to give you something you probably won't hear anywhere else. How you doing? So when we take science and spirituality, metaphysics, we're going to understand our life. So a battle that is going on, this has been a dense world. It's the Maya. Some people know about the Maya, the illusionary world. And I'm here to present this information that has never been presented before. It's going to change other lives. And this is where, in the brain, for example, there's a massive battle that's going on in the brain. And one force has to be ironclad, sealed, if you will. You have a battle of the reticular activating system and your pineal gland, known as your third eye. And there are many people that heard about the seal in the forehead and the reticular activating system. If you were born into this matrix, the reticular activating system in the brain was only designed, you were only looking for fear, and all the love, all the opportunities of wealth and so on and so forth. You were not able to pick up on it. It's overwhelming. A lot of people know how dense this reality is. So when we understand the concepts that I'm bringing forth today, I see you too. I appreciate you. I appreciate the beautiful comments. So when you are understanding these things, when you're sealed in the forehead, sometimes you see the depiction of Jesus Christ has the halo around, so that when you're sealed in the forehead, your reticular activating system, you're not just looking at fear anymore. You might have to go through a hard reset, if you will. It's not easy, right? You could do a hard reset on your computer and your devices, but you're not a computer. You're not a device. You're not a robot. Heck, you're not an NPC. You're a soul, and you have feelings. Do you have feelings? Are you an empath? Do you have feelings? So when you're going through this reset right now, it's overwhelming. There's a lot of pain, right? If a computer goes through the reset, if the phone or device goes through the hard reset, but then, there's nothing. When you go through the reset on your computer, your device, you might have a blank screen, and it's just nothing. And you might want to go forward with you saw it? Oh, baby, we're flying high. We're flying high today. Yeah, I'm out here with the birds and the bees. So this is again, the matrix comes alive. Look how it's coming alive right now. All right. There he goes. Right. The matrix comes alive, and it could be a good thing or a spooky thing. You could have beautiful, all the signs, the nature, the this, the that. And then you could also have, things that try to scare you. The spookables and the heffalumps that Winnie the Pooh used to talk about. So I don't care. This is where you have to be a warrior. I don't care how loud it gets. The NPCs, the people that pop up to try to put fear, they try to pop fear into that brain, into that reticular activating system. You got to cancel it out. My father, a great man, he gave me very wise words when I was a boy. And he said, when in doubt, cancel out. They're trying to put doubt in your brain. Cancel it out. Cancel out the fear. You need to be a light warrior today, right? I hope everyone in the comments today writes, I am a light warrior. Because you are a warrior and you're driven by light, which is information. And it's the driving force. It is good advice, right, Larissa? Every day you're going to have to move forward. Stop participating. You're going to feel, right? You have to go through this pain. There's a boulder that you have to push up the hill. You don't get no help or support. And a lot of divine masculine have to go through this. This is the who endures to the end makes the kingdom. And you're going to have to endure to the end. Men endure pain to strengthen themselves. And when you carry the world on your shoulders, others don't have to suffer anymore. A lot of people, they don't understand your journey, brother. And when you go through this is where there is you get help for other things, but when it comes for your mission, the vocation, I use this word vocation. No one comes to help you, bro. No one will ever come to help you. People would rather sit on their hands. Heck, people will pop up to try to sabotage you. For the divine masculine that hear this word today, you're waking up from the dream, brother, because now you have to be the creator. You have to be the leader for other people. No one comes to help you. No one comes to save you. So you better become the superhero. And this is the Heinrich metamorphosis. Year after year, no one has come to help. And what has to happen is that metamorphosis inside, the spiritual alchemy, this is real spiritual alchemy that's occurring. And you're not, and this is going to happen over the course of years. And you might see other people and they have things handed to them. You did not. Why? Because the refinement process that God puts you through, is for an ironclad, a rock solid foundation. Because in the upcoming days, a lot of people know the importance of this year. When all the truth comes, everyone's going to see the truth. This is year one, fire horse year. On that foundation, you will not be budged while everything else that was propped up collapses. Rapid collapse, rapid shifts. This is what God wanted for you. We complain on the journey, but we're waking up because we lived in a dream. And you were given a pie in the sky dream. Have this job, right? Get the retirement. Do you know what I'm talking about? But when you disconnect, you're on your own. And this is where you have to understand. Give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man how to fish, and he eats for a lifetime. There's never a break. There's never a break. You don't know when it's going to end. And so this is where you will feel that tightness in your lower back because you're constantly clenching. There's never a break. And there's an overwhelming amount of pain. The pain that you feel as you're waking up from the dream, that you realize this is a matrix that we're in, and your nervous system is the guiding force. That pain that you're going through is the recalibration of your nervous system. And the main idea, here comes the main idea. Your pain is your power. It's your power. Gracefully aligned also is a lot of people commenting about the lower back pain. Are you feeling it at the base? That's your root. That's your foundation. So a lot of people are feeling it. You cannot turn back. You have to keep going. And this is where, when people do wake up from the dream, they wake up from the Maya, the illusionary world, right? We talked about surfing yesterday, James. Very powerful video yesterday, reality transurfing, presented a lot of things that no one else has ever talked about anywhere else. Check that video out. That video will pop up at the pinned comment at the end of this video. Because not all days are the same in the energy that we're living in a frequency. So your job is to ride the wave. And when you're waking up from the dream, right, this is what reality, this is what it actually, it's not physically solid. It's not a solid thing. And it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming to have the experience. It's overwhelming. So you have to be a warrior and say, bring it. This is the fight. The fight is not against other people. This is the warrior mentality that you have to have for your timeline. This is why I keep using this phrase, the reality will actually come alive. And that's why you will witness the exact opposite. The exact opposite is trying to get you to turn back. But once you woke up from once you say, wait a second, the cast of characters in my life. So we all have a cast of characters, right? This is a deep one. I appreciate if you hit the like button. We're going to get deep in this one today. I've had a very enriched life. I'm very grateful for my life. So, I spent time, I've seen this happen in different situations. So this actually does happen, right? You could be in the workplace, right? Whatever you partake in, workplace, whatever the gathering is, go to the gym, right? Have some people do, certain clubs or whatever, right? But whatever it is, wherever you are interacting, there is a cast of characters that are there. And you will notice rapidly, and I hope people will comment on this. And this is the sign that your timeline has shifted, and then you're starting to say this reality is not real. Maybe at the workplace, all of a sudden the cast of characters in your workplace, not all of them, but a good chunk of them, they rapidly change. Maybe you're in the gym and you go to this gym, you're going to this gym for years, and the cast of characters change. Maybe you always hang out at the park and you're accustomed to seeing certain people, right? Some people grew up in a city like me. You hang out at the park, right? Used to play handball, certain things like play basketball. And you're hanging out in the park. And then all of a sudden, right, a cast of characters changes. And it happens all at once. Golden Lioness, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so grateful for the support. Oh, yeah, bring it, baby. Golden Lioness says bring it. So you have to be, if you're the divine masculine or feminine, you have to say bring it. You have to be the light warrior. You have to be the light warrior. You have to have this fire sword of truth. You have to understand your power, your potential, and you are ironclad, and you have to be as strong as possible, because ain't no one gonna do it for you. You're gonna have to do it yourself. Ooh, it's just the truth. Your pain has become your power. This world is not real, and I could show up and I can't lie to, like, you start doing it, but it makes you feel empowered because it gets you to let go, because you're going to be pushing against a wall that's not moving, kid, and you're going to have to go a different path. So when you start to see these strange behaviors and you're waking up to the dream, and so a lot of people in this world that we're living in, I feel it's more overwhelming to see it in your personal life, but a lot of people are seeing this on the TV right now. There are certain narratives that are out. Hello? Are you, do you see there's different narratives that are on the TV? And then it's not making sense. And then it looks like we're going one way and then we're going the other way, right? This is a good person. This is a bad person. Are you seeing this? All of these things have to come from the inside. If you're not strong on the inside, if you're not sealed in the forehead, like we said earlier, your reticular activating system will only be programmed to fear. BJ Prickett, I'm so grateful for the super chat. Thank you for the support for the channel. Yes, bring it on. Bring it on, baby. Flex down on it. And who you have to flex down on, who you have to dominate is a frequency. It's coming from the previous version of yourself. That's why things get worse. That's why things it's like, this is like a clown show. It's clown world. If you are a person that says, I'm looking on the TV and this is clown world, it's getting more and more ridiculous. Remember, you personally will go through this quantum shift, and for the collection of humanity, when you look out and you say this is clown world, it's not making any sense. This is the dissonant frequencies of picking up multiple stations of reality. But Uncle Mike, I thought there was only one reality. Wake up. The The second one was the real laugh. So you are waking up. It's a fake reality, and you're tuned into the real reality. Okay, Cliff, I'm very grateful. Thank you for the super chat, Cliff. Cheers to you, brother. So you're waking up. It's going to get real strange, and when you see things that don't make any sense, there are nice things that you see. I've had a lot of very strange animals pop up, um, either where I am or or coming to my home, or all these little interesting insects and things that I've never seen before. Maybe you're seeing these things. These are the signs, the glitches. The Matrix, which is actually a documentary. I believe they talked about the cat that walked by twice. Okay, and you notice these glitches. So they're showing you. You have to understand the operating code. Do you want to understand the operating code of the reality that we're in? You could click subscribe. I appreciate if you click subscribe today, and you'll get a daily notification. You say, you know what, this is interesting stuff. I want to start creating my reality, and I also want to know, as we're going through the craziest year in the history of humanity, I want to understand what's going on the TV, and why are we seeing all these weird things, and why nothing makes sense. You're waking up from the dream, kid, and it's not easy to wake up from the dream. Just like you might have woke up today or in recent times, and you didn't want to get up in the rising. That's your subconscious being reset. That deep, deep, deep tiredness. So I know my point of homeostasis, right? And there's new people to the channel, but those that watch me on a regular basis, I have a hard line, which is the alarm that goes off, my wake up alarm, because I have to be prepared to do a world famous video daily. Got to get the work done early. And usually I beat the alarm. I call it beat the alarm. I might wake up full of energy before the alarm. But then every once in a while, listen carefully, you know your point of homeostasis. Every once in a while, that alarm hits, and you're in like a different dimension, and you are exhausted, and you don't want to get up. It's very difficult to wake up from the deep slumber, and that's what we're experiencing right now. We are waking up from a slumber. We are waking up from a dream state. A lot of this is being activated or driven by the great changes of the. Gotta get it. Damn it. The biggest ant in the world just came by. I wanted to show you, but I couldn't get him. A lot of these activations, when you are tracking the solar flares that are popping off, right? So these solar activities, they affect our subconscious, which is actually more important than the than our actually conscious waking day. So that's go back to the feelings that you have coming out of the dream state, right? So he's on the wall now. So you are going to change. You're going to change at a very deep level. And when you go through this shift, also the frequency, remember lights and sounds, it's all about your DNA receptors, responsible 95% for your light and sound reception and transmission. So the frequency, the Schumann resonance is spiking off the charts. As I'm leaving this message, always going to be a relevant message. But we just recently experienced massive earthquakes. The micro and the macrocosm, as the earth is shaking, you are shaking on the inside of the world, the inner world, the outer world. It's all connected, light warriors. It's all connected. In the great circle of life, Simba. It really is all connected in the great circle of life. But it's totally not easy, and it gets you to do. I'll look at a clown, I just go, And I'm just done with it. I don't interact. I'm not going to get aggravated. I'm just going to look at it. Could be a clown in clown world. Could be a situation. Oh, I'm a spooky, spooky, spooky. Turn back. Turn back. This is a real thing that's going on. Once you've woke up to that this is a dream, you were in a dream and now you're finally actually going to live real actual life. Well, what do you mean real actual life, Uncle Mike? Oh, I'll tell you, Light Warriors, you were actually supposed to create. You were having God-given abilities to create. But you were tricked. You were tricked by the schools, right? You were tricked to fall in line, be a good worker bee, right? You ever see the movie They Live, right? Get into debt, right? Hurry up, rush into a marriage, miserable marriage, pop out the kid, right? Get all the debt on a mortgage. Do you know what I'm talking about? Right? Obey, repeat, consume. Nah, you woke up to these things, right? And you said to yourself, no, I don't have to have the job, the just over broke. I don't have to have a situationship marriage disgrace. I need to have a soul connection. You understand that? Do you? Okay. Right now, as we're live on the air, you must understand that there are two versions of everything. Every job, just because you get money, is not serving your soul. Just because you have arm candy to sat, doesn't mean she actually loves you, bro. Just because you have the beta male that you can control, it doesn't mean that it's gonna serve your soul, divine feminine. Everyone's got to wake up, and you got to wake up today. If I just woke you up, why don't you smash the like button? It helps others wake up. Do you understand today? Okay, Carolyn writes, she sees the parallel worlds. Do you understand today that there are two realities? There are two versions of everything. And this is why you have to be the light warrior, because it's going to get real spooky. You got to be real strong, and you ain't turning back, kid. I appreciate that, Kevin. Chat's going by fast. I appreciate you. Okay. You got to be the warrior. You're waking up today. You say, I'm hearing Uncle Mike. He's on a podcast. He's telling me there's two realities. Wait a second. I want the better reality. I don't want the false matrix reality. I got to tune in. I got to tune in today. And we become more powerful when we come together. And the simple thing, the fact that you are listening to me, the simple fact that there are, it doesn't matter how many thousands, could be 1 million people that are listening to this, we are creating, just by you, just sit there, just listen, don't move. Everyone don't move right now, okay? We're going to conduct the science experiment live on the air, okay? Don't move. Sit still. In science, when each and every one of us are focusing our attention at the same exact time, it is called a constructive interference wave. This is the science. Of all these spiritual terms you hear, the metaphysical terms, you can't see frequencies. It doesn't mean that they don't exist. So it's known as a constructive interference wave. And upon the moment this interference wave goes out into the world, we are actually collapsing the matrix. Do you want to collapse the matrix with me? Do you want to take this journey, say, oh, this guy's pretty cool, I want to watch this every day? You could click subscribe today. And that's how, and the more we do this, I can't do this myself. There is no fake false guru out there. There is no false idol on the TV. There is not one person, you have to listen carefully, that can do this. That's why it's called a constructive interference wave. It has to be, ready? It has to be so massive, so powerful, because the subconscious is 95%. So there has to be a moment that it becomes so powerful that it finally overrides the subconscious. You have a subconscious, and the collective humanity also has a subconscious. Today, you see me on the screen. Ooh, look, I'm on TV. And I'm waking you up from the dream, kid. I woke you up today. I know. And some people, if you do get triggered by me, it doesn't feel good to wake up. I'm here to support you, though. Okay. Source Shield, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm very grateful for the support. The sun and moon are more than orbs in the sky. Establish a relationship with both, and balance will follow. Absolutely. It's always about balance. The world is out of balance, out of alignment, and the balance is known as the divine masculine and feminine. And that's what we do on this channel. Like most channels will resonate with one or the other. We have both men and women on this channel. It's a rare thing. It's difficult to do. In life, you're going to be tasked. God is going to task you to do not the easy thing, but the difficult thing. And when you are able to task, so in science, it's called achieving hemisync in the brain. Balance. My sensei. So I took karate when I was a kid. I was like the Karate Kid. There I was. Little Mikey. He likes it. There was little Mikey. I'm going to paint the picture for everyone so they understand, right? There's the Italian kid from Brooklyn, right? There he's got the Italian big poofy coif hair, right? No muscle tone, gi falling off him, right? And there's my sensei, right? And there's a kendo stick, but for us that were like under 18, it was like a wiffle ball bat with a big pad. And he would say, balance, boom, and we'd have to hold and make our stomach really strong, and balance, and then we'd have to do it with one foot, and he would say, balance, and then whack us. And our job was to stay focused and hold our back. We didn't have to do nothing else. We didn't have to do nothing else. Didn't have to throw a punch. Didn't have to throw a kick. But in life, when it gets real intense, when that world is outside of you, and your sensei is saying, balance, boom, you just stand there and you hold your balance. Because eventually, if you're able to do this, eventually the guy that's constantly hitting you with the wiffle ball bat and the pad, he's going to go away. Because he's getting tired. But if you just hold your balance, and that's the problem in the world. People can't hold their balance. So in science, it's called hemisync. In spirituality, it's called balancing the divine masculine and feminine energies. In the world, if you are able to achieve that within you, in the world, if you are able to achieve that type of relationship, it's the true gold. It is absolutely the true gold. And it truthfully is not easy to wake up. It is not easy to hold balance while you're getting hit with the kendo stick. And that core, which I have been discussing, do you want to improve your health and wellness? You could click subscribe. So as I've shared with other men, it's not about abs, bro, but when that core health, think about, you have all your organs in your over here, right? And when you're riddled with cortisol from stress, the world, the fake world, the matrix world is designed to hit you with the stress. It was designed to hit you with the cortisol. But when your stomach is calm and you have that very strong internal health, you are able to hold that balance. And that's what we want to stay focused on. If you, like, you could have someone, even in like school, you might have a bully, and if you stop paying attention, eventually they just go away because they're looking for a reaction. It's part of the matrix. It's literally part of the matrix. And when you stop participating, so that could be a situation. I know it's difficult. I'm sharing from firsthand experience. It does happen every time. It doesn't matter the phases that, so I've been through many phases in life to be this leader that I am today. So even going back to when I was just a school teacher and I'm in the workplace, I didn't understand at a very deep level, why are these coworkers acting a strange way? Why are they acting like narcissists? I thought they were supposed to be teachers, right? Why are they acting? And I felt like something was wrong in my intuition, right? Why was I feeling the hurt of the children? Do you want to save our children? Why don't you smash the like button if you're resonating with this? See, let me tell you something, men. I never bowed down to the gaslighting in any phase. So I didn't understand these things earlier on, but as a soul, you feel it. You feel the wrongness that's going on. You feel the hurt of the children. And now later in life, it doesn't matter what part of my life, I can go back. You could go back in time. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so we're going to go back in time. So you could go through life review. You don't have to wait till your life is over. My previous life is over. And now I could go back. And I realized that this was just a show for me. This was a show so that I could learn. And you're going to learn from this show. And you, the person that's getting this message today, you're going to do this life review. And there are seasons. It could be a previous job. And what did you learn from it? It could be a worthless relationship that you had. It was a situationship. And you're going to go back. And say, what did I learn from this? And sometimes in life, we go through these things because in our next chapter, now we have a real man in our life, ladies. We have a real man in our life, ladies. It's real easy to go for the low-hanging fruit, to get the beta male that you could control, right? To actually attract a divine feminine that could think for herself, fellas. It's real easy. Some modern women only love you for your money. Do you understand that, brothers? That's why you got half your pension stolen from you, bro. I'm here to awaken our men, right? You have to understand this, regardless of who you are. This world, it was a show. And your journey in life, here it comes. Your journey in life, it was about your spiritual awakening. It is the only thing that you could take with you. What do you mean we take it with us, Uncle Mike? You take your spiritual growth into the Akashic records. Wow. I'm so grateful. Wow. Alicia Matthews, thank you so much for that. 9999, it's over, kid. I'm so grateful, Alicia. Thank you so much for the support for this channel moving forward. Wow. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, Michael, for all you do. Your consistency and discipline inspired me. I'm so grateful, Alicia. Thank you so much for that. I'm very grateful. A lot of people will not understand, but the discipline, there is a balance of discipline, patience, and when you achieve the balance, which is also the divine masculine and feminine, when you know when to move, when to work hard, and when to just let it go and give it to God. There are seasons in our life, and what I do here on this channel is not done anywhere else. So you might as well click subscribe today, kid. I appreciate that, Larissa. I'm very grateful for the beautiful comments. In a world where everyone's in a label, this is the fad, this is the thing, this is the only way, no. There's a time for this and a time for that. Queen Esther will always be right. And I'm still here. And it's very painful, this journey. But the pain will get you to wake up from the dream. When you see how ridiculous it is, when you see the cast of characters, when you see the actual reality do the actual opposite, you're just going to drop. Just like I like to drop the mic. Step up to the mic, kid. You just drop it. Before I get off the air right now, you have to get so disgusted inside that that lion heart is going to say, wait a second, I'm not going to participate in this fake world anymore. Did you? Hi, I speak for the people. I'm the voice for the people. How you doing? Did you say I'm not participating in this fake world anymore? Did you say that? You could raise your hand. That's where you have to get to. Again, a paradox. You don't want to have such a, oh, what a disgrace. But this is that Holy Spirit fire. It's the fire heart. It's the lion heart that Jesus Christ, when you see the picture of Jesus, it didn't mean that the heart was, oh, there's actual flame. Oh, he's walking around with a flame. No, that's not what it means. Now that heart chakra, that field, it becomes an outward force. And as Michael DellaRocca stepped forward in his very first video that he ever did, and I was just wielding the little light warrior sword in my training grounds, and it never changed. And I said, instead of the exterior vibrations affecting you, your vibration will affect your surroundings. Today, 7 years later, I could say it as the light warrior. I was kind of scared in that video though. Okay. I utilized my very first video as a teaching tool of authenticity for other people. It wasn't that I was going to win a Tubi with it, but I want to show people authenticity in a world full of fake. There's so much fake in this world, and your insides it's churning on the inside. You're sick and tired of the false idols, all the BS, all this other stuff. You are going to have courage to be authentic, and you will not turn back. You are in a dream, son. You are in a dream, girl. Get up, and get up today. And listen, we all get frustrated and tired, but again, week after week, I get off. I have to do this all over again. And I will never know, and you will never know when that pain will ever end. You will never know if there will ever be a break. You will never know if there will ever be an end to your pain. But you won the war for your soul. When you win the war for your soul, that's it. Because nothing else, you can't control, right? There's stuff that happens in life. And moving forward, once you woke up from the dream, they try to give you a dream. And that those fake programs, they ruined so many lives. A very powerful video I did recently is everyone deserves to know the truth. I have watched both men and women. I have watched both men and women throw their lives away for nothing. They have fallen to the matrix. A lot of power in this message. I'm grateful for the community support. If the message resonates with you, so grateful if you hit the like button. If you could do that simple thing, I'm grateful for that support. And click subscribe. You'll get a daily notification. If you really want this content to pop up, get a notification 9 a.m. Eastern time. It also assists me in the world of algorithms. And this movement is to show people you have to show up in, like, if it feeds my soul, to speak about this today, that's what's important. Not because other people want me to talk about this, or I won't fit into this community. I am the game. I play. This is the mindset you have to have. Don't go back. And as a wise man, his name was Bugs Bunny. Remember Bugs Bunny? He said, "Don't go down there. It's dark." It's true, kid. Don't go down there. It's dark. But if you rise up, and when you rise up, you're above. And it might be a little bit lonely for a bit of time. It might be a little bit lonely for a bit of time. Some people can't rise as high as you. So then when you get to this point, you're about to wake up. Look at the meme. You'll see Neo and Morpheus sitting on the park bench, right? They're not. And then the other side of the meme, everyone's in the club having a good time. You make the decision. Are you going to grow up to be that worthless modern woman? Are you going to grow up to be that weak beta male? Because weak men create tough times. This is why we're in the world that we're in right now. Or are you going to be the divine masculine? Are you going to be the divine feminine? I don't know the answer. Only you know. This is what we do on this channel. So I hope I motivated you. People that made it to the end, that's who I'm concerned with. Let's build a community. Let's share a message that empowers both men and women to wake up from the dream. We're waking up from this dream. And it ain't easy waking up. I know it's not easy. Carisha Harrison, thank you so much for the super chat. Hey, you. I appreciate that. I love you. Thank you for that. All right, so I love you all. Visit the videos I discussed. They will pop up on the replay at the pinned comment as well. Maria, thank you so much for the super chat. I love you. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for the support, everyone. I love you guys very much. And also, I always read the comments. Let me know on this video future topics that you want me to discuss. Remember, as Nikola Tesla said, if you think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, ooh, the vibes, baby, you will hold the keys to the universe. And that's why I entitled if you go to the channel page, I revamped the channel page. Check it out. All these things, if you're new, you can check out all these things. They're waiting for you. That's why I named it The Keys to the Universe. Anything in life, if it's your wellness, you want to work out, you want to be healthy, you want to have a great, beautiful relationship, if you want to have a beautiful home, if you want to have a beautiful vocation in life, it's the energy, frequency, and vibration. That's the core. That's the core. You get to the frequency first, you get to the energetic level first, and then all those physical things. And that's how you wake up from the dream. So this was a very powerful one. I hope you revisited. If you just tuned in, we were live doing this, and check out yesterday's video. That master class is really going to help you on your journey. I love you guys very much. Bye for now.